What's going on YouTube? Today is Galaxy 6 Classic unboxing day. We're going to take a look at it. I'm going to actually transfer my information from my old Galaxy Watch 5. And I say old Galaxy Watch 5 because sometimes the older generation is maybe a little bit better than the newer generation. There's a couple things to like about the 5 Pro, which I'll talk about in just a little bit. Let's start off with unboxing the 6 Classic's 47mm in black and see what it looks like. I also have the fabric band that we're going to check out together. So let's just go ahead and unbox this and see what it looks like on the inside. And this is one beautiful, beautiful, beautiful looking watch in my opinion. And yes, the rotating bezel is back and it feels oh so satisfying just to turn this dial around and around. I'm really feeling this Dark Knight edition of the 6 Classic here. I also chose the Extreme Sport band, which we're going to check out. Hopefully their bands are a little bit more comfortable than the outgoing 5 Pro was. But let's see what else we get inside of the box. Probably going to be the usual nonsense: charger, pamphlet, and that's about it. And yes, we do get a nice charging puck. Exactly the same with USB-C on the end. Really, really nice for giving us USB-C. And there's got to be a pamphlet in here somewhere. Yes, there's a little pamphlet. Let's see what else we got. That is basically it. Their pamphlets are getting smaller and smaller. They must know everybody just does that with them. So let's go ahead and put these to the side. And I'm going to put on a band. Let's check out the Extreme Sport band first. With their all new one-click mechanism, all you have to do now is press on this one button and it's going to retract these pins. So definitely a lot easier to swap out these bands. I think this Extreme Sport band looks really, really cool. And I think they got rid of this curvature. Hopefully they did. This is what it's going to look like. And the Galaxy Watch 6 Classic looks super, super awesome in this black color. If you did pick it up, let me know if you chose this or the silver. I think this is a really nice looking watch. And of course, the rotating bezel is what it's all about with the 6 Classic here. On the wrist, this is what it looks like. And I have to tell you, this is a much, much more comfortable band than the original one on the 5 Pro. Really an awesome looking timepiece. Now, the first initial impressions that I have, much larger screen. You can definitely tell the difference, even though on paper it's really only a couple millimeters. The 5 Pro here is a 34.6 millimeter screen, and the 6 Classic is a 37.3 millimeter, but you really can see on the wrist those slimmed down bezels, and the larger screen makes for a much, much more pleasurable experience. And that shiny black looks really cool, very, very nice indeed. I like to switch the models from time to time, get silver, get black, and it always feels like a new watch to me that way. Kind of tricking the mind once again. As this is booting up on the wrist as well, I can immediately feel that the 6 Classic is a lot lighter than this 5 Pro here. The 5 Pro is about 59 grams and the 6 Classic is only 46.5 grams. That's something that you can feel right away. And also because of the 5 Pro, you see it had the bezels that were just a little bit higher up than the 6 Classic. Tiny, tiny bit higher, making the screen sunken in just a little bit, so you really tell the difference. Now again, the 5 Pro, in my opinion, is not an obsolete watch. This is not something that you should rush to throw away or rush to upgrade, unless you want that more classic look that you were used to on the 4 Classic. But the 5 Pro is still very relevant in my opinion. This has a titanium body, so it's going to be a much more durable casing than the stainless steel on the 6 Classic here. You also do get a much bigger battery, which is something I should have looked into, and I didn't really see that when I ordered the watch, but to me, I just wanted this rotating bezel, and I wanted the more classic timepiece look on my wrist. But inside of the 5 Pro, you do have a massive, massive 590 milliamp hour battery. On the 6 Classic, at least for the 47mm that I have here, it's 425 milliamps. So again, you are talking about a huge difference. I'm going to see how it is in real world usage. I'm going to come back with my full review. This, of course, is just an unboxing and quick look, quick comparison between the two. They both do have sapphire crystal glass. So again, durable frames, durable glass. And as always, I do have a couple little accessories. Thanks to Ringy for sending these out. I'm always a huge fan of their bezel styling kit. And even though it's sapphire glass, I always throw on a tempered glass just because. And I'm going to check out the fabric band as well in just a little bit. Let's go ahead and transfer my information. If you do have a Samsung phone or any of the newer Android phones, it's going to pop up right away and say, hey, I found a watch. Do you want to set it up? So let's go ahead and click on connect. So there we go. Check that confirmation number. It seems to have a little bit of a software update. So let's just go ahead and take a look at this fabric band as we do this. And I'm not going to be so nice with this packaging. I always do like a nice fabric band, I always have, and this one right out of the gate Feels like a standard kind of fabric band, a little bit stretchy. You definitely want this to stretch just a tiny bit. Not too bad feeling, guys. I actually think this is pretty nice. You can see the nylon band just loops into itself, and then you can adjust the size accordingly. Well done to Samsung. You've designed a really nice fabric band. Definitely looks awesome with the black on black that I have right here. This is my Black Beauty. Let me just loosen this up just a little bit to continue on with the installation process. But this fabric band feels nice and soft. Definitely feels like it's going to be a nice band for sure. Looks stylish with the Galaxy Watch as well. I like how they've designed the buttons on the side. They're kind of flush with the whole casing, so they don't jet out, they don't stick out immensely, they just stick out just a tiny bit. And you can see that nice color pop right there on the power button. I always like a nice color popped power button. I always like a little bit of a color pop wherever they can throw it. But the side buttons look really nice, definitely blend in superbly well with the casing. Even in that middle section where there's no button, kind of fakes you out like there is a button right there. Rotating bezel, very satisfying. I've missed you immensely, you rotating bezel beauty. But again, here's the actual casing, here's the actual watch. I'm going to do a review once I fully test this out. You guys know how I do. Now for me, I'm really happy that I've upgraded. Once again, just because the new watch came out doesn't mean that the 5 Pro still doesn't have a market. I think this still has a market for a lot of people. If you use your Galaxy Watch for activity tracking, you're definitely going to want to keep the 5 Pro because this does have that route tracking on the 5 Pro that's not available on the 6 Classic. Now the 6 Classic and the 5 Pro basically do all the same things. They both have speakers and microphones, so you can make and take phone calls from your wrist. They both do everything pretty much identically, except of course this is titanium, and you do have that GPS route tracing. And the 6 Classic is going to give you an irregular heartbeat notification. So again, more mainstream, more for the city warrior that's going through the subways and going through Central Park and calling that a hike. So they do have places in the world. Don't discard your 5 Pros, what I'm trying to say. This is still an awesome looking watch. I think this is still a very nice looking watch, but of course this watch band was never my favorite. You could always throw on the fabric band, you could always throw on the extreme band because they use the same 20mm style lugs. But overall, guys, you can't go wrong with either one. I'm actually really happy that I've upgraded to the 6 Classic here. I like the styling, I like the look. I usually use my Galaxy Watch as a statement piece, as an accessory when I'm out and about. Once again, you can definitely tell that it's a little bit larger than the 5 Pro. You can really tell the difference between these two screens. The 6 Classic just looks much larger, and that means your watch face is going to come to life a little bit better than the 5 Pro did. But let's just kind of see if we get any new and cool kind of watch faces. There's always a nice amount of watch faces from Samsung, and of course the store has plenty, but I kind of like this one. Let me just go back and see the fluid number. That is definitely pretty cool, but you know I'm going to install the Pixel watch faces on my Galaxy 6 Pro because the Pixel watch faces are definitely the way to go. I really appreciate you guys just watching this unboxing, first look, etc., talking about the new 6 Classic. If you have any questions about it, let me know down in the comments below. If you're interested in picking it up, I'll leave a link down there as well. Thanks for watching, guys. I'll catch you in the next video.